What's going on, all my fantasy football fans out there? You're in the right place if you love what? Fantasy football. I'm Waiver Wire Queen. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to share with you my top 10 players in fantasy football. This is part 2 of a 2-part video. Check out part 1, and where I give you players 11 through 20, and now we're going to give you the top 10 dogs in fantasy football and waiver wires world. Okay, so let's jump right into it. These are the guys you need to be targeting early. Okay, so number 10 is Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs and Josh Allen did the damn thing last year. It was a career season for both players, and I expect to see more of that this year. All right, you're going to see Josh Allen take it to the next level, and when he's taking it to the next level, he's getting Stefon Diggs the ball. That is when those two are at their best. I bet you Diggs is happy he's out of Minnesota, but guess what? Stefon Diggs can definitely be your wide receiver, the first wide receiver you draft off the board. If you get a nice, solid running back, you can check for Diggs. All right, number 9, I got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is one of the fastest players in the NFL. I want to challenge him to a race, but I know I ain't gonna win. So I'm not gonna do it. But with Tyreek Hill, he has the best quarterback in the NFL who's always gonna look for him, and he's always gonna do what he has to do to get him the ball. So when you have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL and one of the best quarterback in the NFL, you have magic, nothing but magic, and great things, great stats, which we love for fantasy football. Number 8, Travis Kelce. Look at that. Travis Kelce is right there with my boy Tyreek Hill. Again, Travis Kelce is the #1 tight end in fantasy. Some may say it's Kittle, but in my book, it is Travis Kelce. He's with the best quarterback in the NFL. They love to throw the football. Mahomes will target Kelce a whole lot, and when he does that, the Chiefs are at their best. So he's in the top 10 because he reminds me of when Gronk was being drafted, when Gronk was at the peak of his career and he was being drafted in first round. This is the same with Kelce. So check for Kelce. I'm not big on drafting tight ends in the first round, but if you do decide to go with Kelce in the later stages of the first round, I can't be mad at you. All right. Number 7, Aaron Jones. I'm sure he's happy Aaron Rodgers is back. Aaron Jones has been a solid running back. At times, the Packers, they just feed him the ball, get him the ball, and that's what you want in your RB1. Okay, you want them to get the ball, get those goal line touches. I know they got A.J. Dillon there to help, but guess what? Jones is not going to be losing any touches to Dillon. Okay, so when you draft Aaron Jones, draft him with confidence and know that you do have a RB1, and you need an RB1, okay? Have an RB1, you have no problems, okay? Number 6, I got Davonte Adams. Obviously, he had a career season last year. Currently ranked as the top wide receiver in fantasy football, and last season showed you why. He is Aaron Rodgers' favorite target, pretty much his only target, if you want to say, and they have a great rapport, and you're gonna see more of what Adams and Rodgers did last year this season. He's gonna get him the ball. Adams is gonna be dominant, and he's gonna continue to do what he's been doing and make magic and dominate. Okay, he's gonna dominate, and we gotta realize that this may be the last rodeo. So they're on a mission, and when you're on a mission, great things happen when you're on a mission. So that's right, check for Adams. Number 5, one of my favorites, Nick Chubb. He is one of the most slept on players in the NFL and fantasy. I mean, Chubb has been solid since he was drafted in the NFL. The Browns are a run-first team. He's going to get the ball. Yes, Hunt is going to get the ball too, but Chubb is the #1, and he is going to get the ball. And when he does, he is dominant. And like I said, they are a run-first team. So if he's your RB1, great. That's a great problem to have when you have Nick Chubb as your RB1. And you should be confident that, you know, your lead back is a great building block for your team. And Chubbs is that guy. So if you draft Nick Chubb as your RB1, great. I would love to have him as my RB1. Yeah, I would love to have Nick Chubb as my RB1 because he is solid and he's dominant. And the Browns, like I said, are a run-first team. So you already know that he's going to get the ball and you don't have to worry about them doing anything else but running the football. Number 4, Alvin Kamara. How could you go wrong with Alvin Kamara? He is one of the most dominant running backs in PPR leagues, definitely top 2 in PPR in my opinion. What are they going to do this year? We don't know. They still haven't made a decision on who's going to be that starting quarterback. I feel like with Winston, that's going to help. Either guy out there is going to help Kamara. However, I feel like Winston is not going to take those rushing touchdowns away from Kamara. Hill will. Oh, that kind of rhymed. You know, Hill will. But no, Kamara's going to see the ball a lot with Michael Thomas out for however long. So they're going to get him the ball. So be confident when you draft Kamara in the top 5, okay? That's right. He's been solid, and he's going to continue to be solid and see the ball, which is why I'm rooting for Winston to be that starting quarterback, because that's just more touchdowns for Kamara. He won't lose those rushing touchdowns to Winston. Number 3, one of the most dominant running backs in football, my boy Derrick Henry, one of the most dominant players in football. Oh my God, OMG. Derrick Henry can easily be drafted as the first pick. I've seen it happen, and some people will frown on that, but no, if you look at the stats and what he has done, he has dominated, and he has performed as the number 1 running back in the NFL. However, people sleep on him, but I don't sleep on Derrick Henry, and I expect him to continue to be a run-first team this year, which is obviously good. None of his backups are a threat to take any of his carries away from him. So Derrick Henry, top 3. Number 2, I got Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is a beast. He is a beast. They definitely lean on him when Kirk Cousins is out there messing up and looking crazy on the field. He is arguably the number 1 running back, and I go back and forth between Cook and Cook and Christian McCaffrey. So either or, you got it. So when you are on that board, and if you want to draft Cook number 1, you're good. And obviously, number 1 player in on my fantasy football list is Christian McCaffrey. Obviously, last season, injuries, a lot going on. This year is going to be a better year for him. They're going to have Darnold. They got some more offensive weapons, different offensive scheme. I expect him to be really good. And obviously, it's crazy to say that CMC can be a candidate for comeback player of the year, considering the player he is. But when you look at last season, you see why. And he's going to come back, be dominant, best running back in PPR. He's going to... there may be games where he has over 100 rushing yards, 100 receiving yards. If you can have that as your lead, if you can have him as your lead running back, your RB1, that is a great problem to have. So if you get the number 1 pick, who are you going to take? Anyways, y'all, this is part 2 of my top 20 players in fantasy football. Y'all let me know what you think. Hit that like button and subscribe to Waiver Wire Queen for more. Peace.